Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video it'll be for Love Island 2025 Season 12, Episode 8. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 7. Of course, there's going to be spoilers. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So on the app, we find out that we've got the first challenge happening. It's called Got the Receipts, and it said, Shaw had the Islanders checking out one another and not their baskets. And then there was a quiz to take. There's a first look about a secret plan that causes carnage in the villa. Tommy clashes with Shay, and he's got the receipts. Sophie also reflects on her Love Island experience. They checked in with our first dumped Islander, Sophie, as she looks back on her Love Island experience and reveals which other boys she would have coupled up with. And then a brand new week, weekly guest, and plenty of things to discuss in the morning after. And then they had an interview with Sophie. So Meg spoke to some others about Melisha. Alima and Melisha spoke about Meg. Tony then went to Melisha. Connor and Tony spoke. Helena and Harry spoke. Emily came over to get Connor. And I think he was with Shay and Ramel, and then he was saying, oh, do you want to go to the hideaway because he doesn't want to go in a bed with Tony. She would have done, but it's sort of fresh with Tony, and she just wants to respect that, which I get. That's nice, So they're going to do it another night, I think. Nothing happened apart from Harry and Helena were kissing. Harry was on Helena. Harry had some interesting swim shorts where they were like pants rather than shorts, sort of like budgie smugglers, and Helena said get them off right now. Melisha was happy that people were checking up on her, especially like Alima, Shakira and Tony. Meg and some of us spoke again about Melisha. Emily, Helena, Megan and Yasmin were there. Dejan has missed Meg. The new girls are cool, but they're not Meg. When he was speaking to Harry, Connor and Tommy, Shay was asked by Melisha if, she said, do you like my bikini? And he said, yeah. And his favourite colour is black. So she was like, oh, I better wear a black dress tonight then. Melisha was saying that black is a shade and not a colour. No, it's a colour, thank you. Dejan thought Meg was pulling Shay. Harry and Helena were there, and they thought, oh, is Meg pulling Shay? But no, I think she's pulling Melisha. And then she was saying sorry for the rejection comment, and then basically she just wanted a bit of privacy when Melisha was going to take Dejan to the hideaway, but they weren't going to kiss. Ben and Shakira spoke. He was saying, he wants to do a gym session, but Shakira said no. So yeah, first challenge, got the receipts. It's boys versus girls. One by one, each Islander had to launch themselves down this slippery conveyor belt towards a giant card reader. They've tapped the card reader. This receipt appears containing fact about a mystery Islander of the opposite sex. So then the boys have to discuss who they want to kiss, who they think it is. But these challenges, they don't want to get the right answer. They just want to kiss whoever they want to kiss. So Ben was first. This girl was once caught with handcuffs in her suitcase. So he went for Helena, and it was wrong. It was Melisha. Next one was for Connor. This girl answered the phone during sex to accept a potential job offer. Went for Tony. It was actually Emily. She was like, the job's important, Harry, Dejan and Shay, they were the ones that devised this sneaky little plan, who they said they wanted to kiss. And the other two lads would then convince the other boys that it was that person, and then they were going to kiss them. Next one, it was for Harry. This girl flirts with guys that knowingly are in relationships or marriages just for the challenge. So he went for Shakira, but then it was actually Yasmin. Next one was for Shay. This girl sometimes tells her partner she loves them just so they don't feel embarrassed. So went for Megan, but it was actually Shakira. Next one was for Dejan. This girl ghosted someone because she saw them dance on an Instagram story. So went for Melissa, but it was Helena. Then the next one was for Ramel. This girl says the nicest thing that she's ever done for a date is turn up. Went for Emily, but it was actually Meg. And then Connor, this girl has slept with her ex's boyfriend's best friend. Ex's boyfriend, best friend. Wow, gosh. But went for Megan, and it was Megan. Alima was annoyed when she had to watch Ramel kiss Emily, because it was a long kiss, and she was like right next to him as well. Then it was the girls' turn, but as well, Shakira said, you know, it was a good smooch from Connor, and she was pleasantly surprised, she said. So Yasmin was next. At the age of 19, this boy has slept with a 50-year-old woman. Went for Shay, got it right. So the boys only got one. The girls have so far got one. Next one was for Alima. This boy has had 20 threesomes. 20 threesomes, bloody hell. So went for Harry, but it's actually Dejan, and he said they were with the same people, but they'd just done it multiple times. I'm like, what? Anyway, next one. This boy loves chick flicks and musicals and knows every word to the songs in Greece. So it was for Tony. She went for Tommy. I got it right. It was very cringe, she said. She pulled out very quickly, but I think Tommy was wanting more. Like, that was awkward. This boy's ick is when a girl has a boy best friend. So it's for Helena. She went for Ramel. She got it right. So they're on 3 at the moment. He said he's sort of been in that situation. He doesn't want it, you know, to happen again. So the next one was for Meg, and it was, this boy has had an orgy with an entire women's football team. So she decided to go for Harry and got it right, and Meg and the others were like so shocked and like, how? But he said, you know, they wanted to carry on the party, so just went back to the house and had like 4 other guys there or something. Like, what? And so that was the end of the challenge. The girls got 4. Like, that was very good. So Alima said, you know, she's a slow burner, but I don't think there's any room for slow burners on Love Island, you know. You sort of need to move quickly, I think. Tommy and Harry spoke about the challenge. Basically, Harry was saying, oh, we were devising a plan on, you know, who to kiss and all. Tommy then wants to speak to Shay about the challenge. Dejan said he wants a conversation with Meg about some of the comments that she made in the challenge. Shay said he wants to build on the kiss that he had with Yasmin and do it outside the challenge. Dejan and Meg spoke. She was quite upset about Dejan doing 20 threesomes. Harry and Shay spoke, basically, you know, to say nothing about the plan that they've done. Tommy then went to the terrace with Megan, and then told about the plan that Harry, Shay and Dejan do, saying, you know, they were going to kiss whoever. Megan said that Tommy, well, was like, you're hot when you peed off. This is working on me. They kissed. He was going to speak to Shay, Tommy. Yasmin and Shay spoke about, you know, him getting it on with a 50-year-old when he was 19. Shay's sort of laid back. Yasmin is more mellow now, you know. But, yeah, they had a kiss. But, like, she wanted him to make the move, which he did, you know. So, who knows? I think that's a good couple there. Megan spoke to Meg and Helena about the challenge. They were near the fire pit or something, I think. And then they pulled Harry over. Then they pulled Dejan over. They were laughing, but it wasn't a serious... Well, it wasn't funny. It was serious. Tommy then pulled Shay. Basically, Shay was wanting to kiss Megan because she's fit. He's got no issue about him doing that, but it's just the way he's done it is very disrespectful, and he shouldn't have, you know, said, oh, who am I going to kiss and all this to the other boys, like, oh, I want to kiss that, I want to kiss that girl. No. Tommy then walked off and he was like, oh, you're not going to shake my hand? And we were like, so he shake the hand, then he left again. We were like, come on, sit down, like, and he was like, oh, do you want to hug it out and all this? But yeah, Shay didn't want to leave it because it was very frosty. Shay then, as well as saying, you're not going to shake my hand, he was like, F off, you little T. 4-letter word, swear word. And then Tommy was like, F off, you lanky. So I think that's small. I don't know if that's a rude word, I'm not too sure. Yeah, F off, you lanky effing lamppost, he said. And then, yeah, laugh, you little smug prick. Yeah, that was his words. But anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.